On today's session of Family Court with Judge Penny, this overweight teen is suing his mom for money to buy the food he likes.
I like to make my own food choices, what I want whenever we go shopping.
But what price is mom willing to pay?
We're very concerned that Jordan is heading towards adolescent diabetes.
How did he get to be this size at 13?
Food issues have been a major issue in our household for the last 6-7 years.
Folks have been bullying and teasing you?
When I stay online for lunch, people would come up and just start poking me. Someone, he calls me a hippo or a rhino.
How does it make you feel?
It hurts.
I had the same problem when I was in school.
You're reliving through him what you went through, and it's not fair.
Families in crisis, I know exactly what they're facing.
I have been there from a life of hardship.
I was able to build a lifetime of experience. Now, after years of serving on the bench, I use the law to fight for families. It's not only about verdicts, it's about solutions.
It's about the compassion and the mercy that justice requires.
I'm Judge Penny Brown Reynolds,
And in my court,
family comes first.
The plaintiff, Jordan Daniels, is suing his mother, claiming she's too strict with his diet. He wants an allowance to buy his favorite foods. The defendant, Debbie Hill, says her son isn't capable of making good food decisions and is already at risk for diabetes.
Your Honor, all parties are sworn in.
all right, thank you. Jordan, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm well. Why are we here?
I'm here to be granted a food allowance for my mother because I like to make my own food choices, what I want whenever we go shopping.
All right, you want a food allowance so you can pick what you eat.
Yes.
All right, how you doing today?
Fine, thank you.
And it's Debbie?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and you are Jordan's mom?
Yes, I am.
What do you think about this?
Jordan and I have had a long-standing argument about this issue for, I'd say, the last 8 years.
Okay.
He doesn't always make the right choices, and I'm concerned about giving him a food allowance.
Okay, so, I operate from a place of truth. So let's go there, okay? Because everybody here is heavy, right? I mean, let's just be for
Yep,
real,
yep.
because there's no shame in anything.
Well, since he was 6 years old, I'd take him to the grocery store, and he would have this big scene in the middle of the frozen food section regarding things that he wanted to have, whether it's fried mozzarella sticks or chicken quesadillas or I don't know, cheese blintzes. And he'd like to slide them into the cart, and then I'd slide him out and put him back, and he'd slide him back in, and I'd put him back, and then we'd end up with this big argument, and I'd say, no, this isn't the best choice for you. Let's learn to read the labels, understand what's on the labels, the carbs, the calories, and let's pick other better choices.
Okay.
So we've been doing that for many years.
Well, you're heavy yourself.
Yes.
And so it seems like you know what we're supposed to do. So tell me, what's your issue? Are you cooking stuff that you're not supposed to, or what?
No, I'm cooking healthy dinners for him. I think his.
Now, you have health issues yourself?
Yes, I do. My husband and I are both diabetics, so we're very concerned that Jordan is, heading towards adolescent diabetes.
Now, is your father heavy too?
No, he's more trim and slim.
Trim and slim?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So you took after your mom then?
Yes.
Okay, well, go ahead. Tell me, what's a typical meal?
Well, for a typical meal, usually for breakfast, we would have just plain cereal. On some days, we'd have toast. For lunch, I usually pack a lunch. For school, I usually get a school lunch. I usually get like a salad they have and then some fruit. And then for dinner, sometimes we have pork chops or we have spaghetti, but we have it in smaller portions.
Well, let me tell you something. That sounds like a perfect meal, but something's missing. Well, you haven't missed many meals, my brother. Right?
Yeah.
How did he get to be, you're over 200 pounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
How did he get to be this size at 13? Mom?
I think a lot of it is sitting by the video machine with his getting a lot of exercise in his fingers.
Okay.
And not enough outside
All
running
right.
and playing, and that's something that I've been pushing him for. The doctors always said you got to keep pushing him to go outside and play and get out of stop watching TV and playing the video games.
Now, you have a stable home, right?
Yes.
So was anything going on at the time at the house that would have made him want to eat more? Because, sometimes people eat out of frustration and stress.
Yes.
Do you think that may be an answer?
I think my husband and I had some issues regarding food. He is not on the same page as me.
Tell me what's the page?
The page is that, you know, he's trim and slim, and he can eat anything he wants, whenever he wants, whether it's ice cream or...
Don't you hate those kind of people?
Oh, yeah. The other day...
Yeah.
The other day it was lemon meringue pie. You know, I said, why are you buying this pie? We all went to the grocery store. We don't need a lemon meringue pie. We don't need ice cream. You know, we need to have fruits and vegetables.
Oh, so we got skinny husband who
Right.
can eat anything he wants, bringing in all the good stuff, too much temptation, and everybody's just eating and having a good time. Basically.
Basically.
And so your parents used to argue about food a lot?
Yes, they used to, and they do sometimes. And
Now,
sometimes.
how did that make you feel?
Well, it does make me feel sad because, you know, I don't like seeing my parents fight. When my parents fight, it really hurts me inside too.
Do you think that's why you're eating, son?
I think sometimes that is kind of why I do like eating more.
Are you all still arguing a lot still?
The food issues have been a major issue in our household for the
Well,
last
I wish
6,
we
7
could have
years.
brought him here today, because that's an issue. Food is an issue. And it's like, it's one of those situations where we like to put people down about it instead of trying to get to the root of the problem. Because if you have diabetes and health issues, you don't want the same thing for your son, but he's on the road to
Well, my
it.
husband has diabetes also, so he's not making any effort to change. So he's bringing in things that Jordan really shouldn't be exposed
So he's
to.
just a part. He's like the invisible man here, but he's a major part of it.
Yes.
Particularly with the arguing that's going on with Jordan.
Still to come on Family Court with Judge Penny, a heartbreaking testimony.
When I stay online for lunch, people would come up and just start poking me, start laughing at me. You know, he calls me a hippo or a rhino.
How does it make you feel?
It hurts. It hurts to talk about it too.
Family Court is back in session. 13-year-old Jordan is suing his mother for a food allowance. Judge Penny is about to find out what life is like for a 200-pound 13-year-old.
Well, Jordan, you getting ready to go to high school?
Yes.
Now, I have some notes here that folks have been bullying and teasing you.
Yes.
Tell me about that, son.
Well, for example, you know, when I stay online for lunch, people would come up and just start poking me, poke me in the stomach, start laughing at me, and then they walk away. And then there are also times where, you know, we have play days a lot, and so someone, you know, he calls me a hippo or a rhino, but he's bigger than I am, so I try, you know, to not let it hurt me that much.
Well, you try not to let it hurt you, but that's not right. How does it make you feel?
It hurts. It hurts to talk about it too.
I know, but you're so brave. How many 13-year-olds will come on television?
Thank you.
This thing that we have with this bullying thing is out of control right now. Have you called the school about it?
I have talked to the school, and kids are cruel. They always are, and I've kind of tried to coach Jordan into helping him let it run off his shoulders. I had the same problem when I was in school as well.
Yeah,
So,
you know, though, you hear about kids, good kids, who are bullied to the point where they go get guns and then they want to shoot up everybody. Did you
had some
know the
fights at
extent
school.
of
There've
this?
been
Because
some
he's
fights.
hurting.
I know.
Do you know what I mean? I really think you ought to look into this with him, because I know you have girlfriends or play sports.
Oh yes, I do like playing sports. We have soccer, and I like playing soccer and tennis a lot. But there are a lot of sports, you know, like basketball, where you know people judge me on what I look like for being on a team.
And so what, you never get picked?
Well, I have to get picked in the end, but you know, but it's not like they want me. My teacher has to put me on a team, and then they get all mad and start sighing, and they
Yeah, that doesn't feel really good. Do you exercise at all?
Well, yes, I do exercise. We have a treadmill at home, but I try to exercise sometimes, but I know I'm not exercising as much as I really should be. Then my dad talks to me, and he says, "Jordan, we will try and do this," but you know, when he says where I want to exercise, he doesn't try as much. Like for example, when we go biking, you know, so my dad's diabetes, he gets tired more easily also. And so, you know, so we bike like right down the street, but then he gets tired and has to go back inside for water. You know, I can't exercise if he says he wants to help me, but he doesn't. And I know that I should try and do it alone too.
Sweetheart, you can't do it alone. You're only 13 years old. And if we didn't have family court, I don't know what you would do. You have your opportunity, you came here, and you will be heard. We're going to fix this. Now, this is something the judge could fix. I'm not worrying about this. What were you saying, Debbie?
I was saying that, you know, we urge him to go with his friends, and nobody wants to do those things.
No,
they all want to sit around and play video games and watch TV, and we are trying to discourage him from doing that.
Debbie, I'm not understanding because you got it going on, my dear. You know all about nutrition and everything. What happened with you? What's your issue with regard to your weight?
I've been overweight all my life. Since
you were his age?
Since I was third grade.
Do you think that maybe that's why you're not as sensitive to when he cries about the bullying? Did people pick on you too?
Oh, sure. I went through the same thing he is, and I was trying to do my best to prevent him from going through that. And I shared the stories with him just like, you know, just like he does. When I went to school, my mom would give me half a piece of bread with a green pepper on top. And when I get to lunch, the kids would say, "What happened to the other piece of bread?" And I'd say, "I lost it on the way to school," because my mom wouldn't give me 2 pieces of bread. She'd only give me 1. Because you can't have the carbs, so she'd only give me a green pepper and a piece of bread, you know?
Oh, so that's why food has become an issue in your life, where you can control what you, so you, obviously you ate more than a piece of bread and a pepper.
Sure.
Okay, so what I'm saying is though, you may have resented how she was treating you with that. Was she heavy?
She was at one time, but she lost the weight. I had thinned out and dropped the weight as well, and then I had a baby and life changed and, you know, and became more of a weight. And but, you know, it's hereditary. My father was a large person. We have diabetes in our family. So all these, a lot of things are hereditary.
Yeah, you know what, though? This is a part of being hereditary. We're going to break this. Because I don't want to see you gone. He is an only child. He needs his mother with him.
Right.
And your husband is 60 years old, although that's still very young, as far as I'm concerned. And so I just think that I'm so impressed that he can fight for himself. You know, it's easy for him to he's getting ready to go to high school, and he's crying out for help. And I don't want to see him years from now, I'm reading the newspaper, and they're talking about this kid, Jordan, who came in and just lashed out because of all this bullying. So I'm really, really concerned about it. But Jordan, I don't know if you're the best judge of being able to pick your foods. Because it seems like your mom knows what you need to eat, but it's just, you're going to have to want it. How bad do you want to slim down?
I want it really bad, but but I have learned from her that I do know some of the foods I need to eat. You know, I do know I need to eat more vegetables, I need to eat more fruits, and I need to slow down on what I eat. You know, and one thing I think, you know, they say, you know, if you chew slowly, you get full quicker. I've been chewing fast, so you just swallow it all down, and that's also.
Your innocence is just incredible to me. This is a bigger issue than just you, because we have to get the entire family together on what they need to do.
Still to come, Judge Penny gets to the root of the problem.
This is your only child. It's almost like you're reliving through him what you went through, and it's not fair.
Family court is back in session. 13-year-old Jordan is suing his mom for a food allowance. Judge Penny questions the mother's own past.
Debbie, as on the ball as you are about things, have you ever enrolled him in the program before? I mean, you didn't just let him get like this.
No.
Tell me what you did.
You mean a
some
diet
kind of weight loss program?
No, I haven't put him in a program yet. We've been looking at some
what
things
about
that are
the
available.
why, or has he joined a gym, or?
He wants to join a gym. We looked at that, you know.
What I'd like you to do, because this is your only child, is not repeat the past. It's almost like you're reliving through him what you went through, and it's not fair. What we see now may be the result of a rebellion for what was done to you. Not to criticize your mother, because I always tell people, you don't get a handbook on how to be a mother or a parent.
No.
You do the very best that you can. But at 5 years old, trying to put you on a diet may have been a little bit extreme,
right,
which maybe put resentment in your spirit, which is why now it was inevitable that you would end up being overweight.
But the doctors had said for Jordan, at the age of 5 and 6 and 7, that he should just cut down on his portions and increase his activity level, and the weight will come off. That's been what we've been working on these years.
Yeah, but he hasn't done it.
Right,
so is somebody at the house when he gets home? Tell me a typical day. If he gets home, are you there to feed him dinner? Does the family eat dinner together?
Yes, we do. Yes.
All right, that's unusual, because I don't know anybody who can sit down and eat family. And so when does he get the exercise?
At school, I think yes, he gets most of it at school.
Well, that's not a whole lot.
No.
They've cut out PE programs. They're telling us that we have to live healthier, yet he goes to private school or he's in public school?
Public school.
Oh, yeah, they're cutting out all of that because
No,
that's not that important. Yet they want to tell us that we have to live right. You go to the dollar menu at any place, and they have all these things that are not good for you for $1. Yet the things that are healthy are so expensive. It costs to live and eat and change your life, and it's expensive.
Right, well, he says sushi is healthy. He's right, it is very healthy. But we can't afford $50, $100 sushi bills 2-3 times a week.
How?
You know?
Why would it cost so much? You just eat 4 little sushi?
No.
I'm a growing boy. I can't do that.
4?
All
More
right.
like 12.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not a big sushi eater, as you could tell, so I don't know how that works. But that's not going to be necessarily realistic. And so what we're going to do is, and you didn't know this because you're only 13 years old, you come to court and you sued your mother to try to give you money to eat anything you want to eat. So we're going to restructure that a little bit because I can't let you just eat anything you want to eat, and I don't know how much money it's going to take to do that. But what I can do for the whole family, and not just you, Jordan, because Jordan cares about you. We're going to bring in a nutritionist to help the whole family together with the husband.
Still to come on Family Court with Judge Penny. Judge Penny prepares to render a verdict.
I really believe it's a family issue. It's not Jordan's issue, it's not your issue, that we can understand that this is important.
Family Court is back in session. 13-year-old Jordan is suing his mom for a food allowance so he can buy the food he wants. Judge Penny's about to render a verdict.
Let me tell you something, sweetie. It's hard work. You know what I'm saying? I used to could eat anything that I wanted. Then I crossed that magical number, and then I had to start watching. But anything you want in this life, you can do, but it's not going to come easy. You can't just have surgery or take a pill or do anything like that. I used to represent, I was the judge that handled all the fen-phen redux cases, you know, the diet drug that people used to take. And I was amazed that people would put themselves in harm's way just thinking you can take a pill to fix it. You can't. This is your body, this is your life. I'm proud of you. You ignore the people who are bullying you because a lot of times it's going to give you the strength that you never thought possible. So what we're going to do is have a nutritionist come in the house for you too.
Including my husband.
Including your
Good.
husband, because I really believe it's a family issue. It's not Jordan's issue, it's not your issue, and it's not the invisible skinny man's issue, your husband. I think it's the whole family's issue, that we can understand that this is important and making this family a priority, okay? So Jordan, I'm gonna find in favor of you. I'm not gonna give you all the money you want to eat like you want, but we're gonna have a nutritionist come out to the house and set up a plan. And what you do is you need to get active, okay? If you want this, you want to be on the tennis team, you want to play basketball, you've got to do it. Nobody's going to do it for you, okay?
Yes.
All right. Court is adjourned. Thank you.
All rise.
When Family Court returns, Judge Penny gets up close and personal with Jordan and his mom.
You all teary-eyed. What's up? You all right? Yeah. We're going to get it all straight. You watch and see. Both of you've got to want it. You've got to love yourself enough to want this. Do you hear me? Because I can see so much pain, even with you. Do you hear me? So what you all have to do is make yourselves a priority. I want you to do that for me. Put the both of you first.
Thank you for tuning in and sharing this family court session. Do you think a nutritionist will help this family with the food issues? Comment and subscribe to the channel. Let's grow together. See you in the next session.